Aziz Horovlular sizi yürekten salamlayıram.
Dear natives of Horovlu, I greet you from the bottom of my heart. Today is a very significant, unforgettable, and historic day in the history of Horovlu village. The residents are returning to their native land. I sincerely congratulate you on this occasion. May you live happily here. The state has created all necessary conditions for you. The village is now pleasing to the eye. Beautiful buildings, a school, a kindergarten, a medical center, and workplaces have been established. The number of houses is 334, and 1,400 people will settle here in the first stage. According to information provided to me, 1,500 people lived in Horovlu before the occupation. Now, of course, families have grown, and the population is slightly over 2,000. Houses will be built for additional citizens in the second stage, but the work completed in the first stage is commendable. All conditions exist here for a comfortable and happy life. Horovlu was liberated from Armenian occupation during the first week of the Patriotic War. Our victory march began from these regions. Our soldiers and officers advancing toward Jabrayil and Fuzuli broke through several lines of enemy defense, paving the way for our future victories. May Allah grant mercy to our martyrs. Their memory will always live in our hearts. Exactly 5 years ago, this territory was liberated. This glorious history will always live in our hearts. In a few days, we will celebrate the 5th anniversary of our historic victory. November 8th, Victory Day, stands as the brightest page in our history. 5 years ago, our victory reverberated across the world. Azerbaijanis are brave, heroic, and strong-willed, devoted to their land. We proved that we had no intention of accepting the occupation. We repeatedly declared this. More than 300 cities, towns, and villages were liberated on the battlefield, and Armenia was forced to surrender by signing the Act of Capitulation. Since that day, large-scale construction work has been underway. Today, all of Qarabag and East Zangezur resemble vast construction sites. More than 50,000 people live, work, and study there. About 20,000 of them are former IDPs who have returned to their native lands, while the rest are people working in various fields. The evidence of the Great Return is right before your eyes. By creating such conditions, the Azerbaijani state demonstrates its policy. During the years of occupation, I told former IDPs that after liberation, our cities and villages would be rebuilt and become more beautiful than before. Today is clear proof of those words. A new era begins in your life. You lived as IDPs and refugees in difficult conditions for 30 years and endured moral suffering. Especially in the early stages, the majority of IDPs were settled in tent camps. Today's reality is a celebration of justice. It is necessary to believe in justice and fight for it. Our people believed in justice and fought for it. We are the owners of these lands. We have expelled the enemy and are building a wonderful life here today. I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart and wish you happiness and good health. Former IDPs have already moved to Jabrayil city. Today, the foundation stones for the second and third residential complexes will be laid there. The number of residents will increase. I will also lay the foundation for a mosque in Jabrayil city. Jobs are being created in the district. The Araz Valley Industrial Zone is already operating. 3 enterprises are active, and their number will reach about 20 soon. There will be no problems with employment here. The foundations of 2 solar power plants will also be laid today, while the third and largest is already under construction. This region has excellent agricultural potential, and solar energy generated here will supply the entire area. The capacity of existing and planned solar and hydroelectric stations in Jabrayil and Zangezur districts will reach approximately 400 megawatts, enough for a large city. We are constantly creating jobs. Conditions will be established for agriculture and livestock breeding. As in other villages, it will be possible to sow and harvest in yards adjoining homes. 12-acre land parcels have been allocated to each of you. Agriculture will also be possible on larger suitable areas, including pasture and cultivation land. There should be no unemployment in Qarabag and East Zangezur. The top priority is to provide jobs for residents. Opportunities for modern agricultural development are available. Agricultural parks are being established and conditions for sowing, harvesting, and livestock breeding are being created. People are already engaged in agriculture, cattle breeding, beekeeping, orchards, and vineyards in many liberated villages. The surroundings of this village should be as beautiful as the village itself. You will contribute to this, and the state will provide full support. The land here is fertile, very good. The soil of Qarabag is black, very fertile, but the enemy occupied and devastated it. They destroyed everything, even taking stones to sell elsewhere. We have exacted our revenge on the battlefield, avenged the blood of our martyrs, restored justice, and expelled all enemies. You endured much suffering. I met with displaced people many times. We built around 100 refugee camps. 10 camps were abolished in 2007. When I was elected president in 2003, I said none would remain in 5 years. We abolished them in 4 years and moved hundreds of thousands, about 300,000 refugees into new buildings. Native land, however, is completely different. Others wanted us to accept the situation peacefully. I said, let's do it peacefully, but let's solve it. They said war would not bring results. All those involved opposed us. They were on Armenia's side. Our people showed tremendous will and did not accept the situation. Our children grew up with patriotism, instilled in families and schools. Our youth liberated these lands, risking their lives. Many martyrs fell in the first stage, crossing the defense lines here, and from Fuzuli. They lived with a longing for the land. It takes immense courage to face bullets. Young people should not be bored here. It is their native land, conditions are good, and Qarabag and East Zangezur will become among the most developed regions in the world. Cities and roads are being built. Zangilin can now be reached in 20 minutes. The Zangezur corridor will pass through here, creating a major trade route. From now on, this region will develop further. People are settling, children are born, families grow, and work continues. Development, a happy life, and peace prevail. No one can confront us. No one. And if someone tries, they will face the iron fist again.
Tebrik ederim. Size xoşbəxtlik, can sağlığı.